Why do you believe what you believe? Because at some point in your life, you trusted the information that somebody was giving you. And that someone you trusted told you that a car was a car, a tree was a tree, a bird was a bird, the blue stuff above you is the sky. And that's the way that we began to determine what we believe to be a fact. Most of the things that we believe to be a fact in our lives are told to us through our stories or the news that we hear. So my question would be, if they were deceiving you with the stories they tell you, would you be able to recognize that?
Hey, everybody, and welcome to The Way We See It right here on the FFN Network. I am one of your hosts, Mr. Blazeman, and I like to bring in the rest of the fellas and Mr. Donnie. What's going on, buddy?
Good seeing you, Blaze. Running.
You're looking good. You're looking good. Now let's bring in Mr. D. What's happening, brother?
You, brother, Mr. Donnie. Let's go.
Everybody ready for a good show tonight? Mr. D, yes. We're good to go. Ladies and gentlemen, I it's just every show that we have. And, things don't run smoothly around here unless it's for one man and one man only. There's one man that keeps us in check every single Tuesday night. And that's the one and only, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Mr. B.
You're gonna line and I'm gonna pull, honey. You're gonna line and I'm gonna pull lock. How we doing, everybody? It's cold up here, 30 degrees here in Epping, Hampton, 3 of New Hampshire's governors, of which I can only name one, fellow by the name of Prescott. And I got to tell you, that big storm everybody was talking about was a big flop for our area, but others apparently got buried. So we're thankful to God for it here, but for the other people that just got buried with this stuff.
Yeah, the storm just blew through. I mean, for me, we got 8 inches of snow. We got like 8 inches of snow in like 4 hours, man. It was coming down. The snowflakes was the size of $50, man. I'm telling you, it was just coming down. I mean, I'm sure you've seen something like that, Mr.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, yeah.
And when it comes down and when they say, an inch an hour, it's an inch an hour. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you all tuning in for tonight's show, The Way We See It, with yours truly, Mr. Blazeman. And to my right, Mr. B. Down below me to my bottom left corner is Mr. Donald. Bottom right corner to me is Mr. D. And we will be switching that up because this is just the way I like it. There we go. We got a lot to talk about today, ladies and gentlemen. We got quite a few Biden stories that we're going to get into. But I'd like to get into this this one quick story that we can all go over real quick. And it has to do, again, with, immigration. And I'm speaking here in Massachusetts. And, we got homeless people. I don't know what it is with the show lately. Every time I start doing a show, I get a little froggy over here. But anyways, we got homeless here in Massachusetts, just like every other state. And it just seems like what's happening now, ladies and gentlemen, is the fact that we're turning down our homeless to accommodate what's happening, So let's take a quick listen. Maybe it's a sign that you need to shut the fuck up more. That's nice, Donnie. Ain't that nice? I'm telling you. The fucking abuse I take.
I couldn't help myself, bro. I couldn't help myself.
The fucking abuse I take.
I couldn't help myself. You walked right into that, man. Come on.
Wow.
But for real, it's look, if I didn't think it was funny or a joke, I wouldn't have read the fucking thing. Anyways, so yeah, again, so they're getting bussed in. They're getting bussed in the sanctuary cities. Massachusetts one, New York's one. Everybody gets the jizz, and we're gonna get Mr. D back here ASAP. There we go. And one just spoke out, man. One just spoke out, and you gotta, you cannot fold her. Just watch this, dude.
Can't afford to live here, but y'all gonna bring some other motherfuckers here? That doesn't fucking add up. It doesn't make no fucking sense. None. None. I'm fucking homeless. Can't afford to live here, but y'all gonna bring some other motherfuckers here? That doesn't fucking add up. It doesn't make no fucking sense. None. None. I'm fucking homeless. I work a full-time job, 40 hours, and can't pay to live here. How the fuck are y'all gonna bring somebody else here? Don't make no fucking sense. None.
Mr. B, go.
There goes the neighborhood. You know what? I'm sorry, but not sorry. The government in your state elected to be a sanctuary. Well, guess what, Quasimodo? You wanted sanctuary. Now you got to pay for it. Done. Mic drop. Boom. That's it.
Well, in his defense, maybe he didn't vote for fucking sanctuary cities.
Oh,
I mean, just listen.
Not that poor soul. I'm
Just
not
listen.
talking about
I
him.
understand that. Hey, Massachusetts is a blue state. You know what I mean? But you gotta feel for that guy, right? He's working 40 hours a week, so he says. You know what I mean? We don't know him personally. It could be a speculation or whatever the situation may be. But he's standing out there and he's got no place to sleep. He's got no place to crash. And he works a 40-hour-a-week job, and he can't find no place to live because rent is out of control in Massachusetts. The rent is completely out of control.
And they're giving it to people who are here illegally instead, and giving them all kinds of benefits and this and that. And that poor sap who's out there in the cold has every right to be here in the United States and should be receiving benefits and so forth that are available for them, but they're not available. Why? Because these people are screwing them over to be nice, to be wonderful, to be flowery and warm and cuddly and fuzzy and all of that shit, giving things out to people who don't fucking belong here.
Donald?
I totally agree with the guy. Prices are out of control, and it makes no sense to keep bringing people here. You can't even take care of our own. I mean, I agree 100% with the dude, and I'm not going to blame it on local politics. That's a whole Biden administration. It's just you keep inviting people in. You borrow more money to send shit to Ukraine, which of that package, if it gets through, $8 billion goes to fund your government. Well, we all know where that's going back to. Come on, man. When's enough? We got to take care of our own.
Mr. D.
I get it.
Yeah, yes. And that's what that gentleman said, man. I believe he said it to the words of, we can't even take care of what we have here, to include himself, and you want to bring more here? He's making a good statement, man. It's my concerns, man, and I saw something on the news that popped up today, and it was migrants using VA facilities, i.e. medical, dental, housing, whatever. And I understand, especially when it was COVID, we have a VA facility here in this town, and in emergency situations, it can go just like that. And you open the doors for the VA for the rest of the civilian population, American civilian population. And I really believe somebody in a cabinet is going to switch monies or just be as bold as they've been I mean, nobody's hiding nothing no more. Nobody's moving migrants at night. We're moving them all during the day, so it's nice and safe, and everybody sees it. This is not good. This is just not good. And we're not only ourselves here on FFN Network are crying in disgust. This is being opened in all the nation, all of it. Go ahead, Dottie, help me out.
No, that's the American public's view, and it's boiling over. And you had all the convoys. I told you last week when I was going to an appointment down there at the Audie Murphy Clinic. That like 3-mile convoy of people with go to the border, had all their flags. They were down I-35 South, rolling 281 out to, somewhere else. That people are getting tired. And it's like, if you're not going to do something, we will. Eventually that we will is going to boil over into physical violence, and it's going to get stupid, right? So, I mean, I don't blame the guy. I told you I talked to Mr. Rice a couple weeks ago. He told me about them switching migrants through schools in El Paso because they were trying to figure out how to house everybody. They're using middle schools. They're using schools out that way. And that's another thing, too, the government facilities. Now, that's another asset that is supposed to be for the American public or something, and it's getting used for other people. And to answer Mr. B's point about that gentleman that works 40 hours a week and he can't afford to live, it's not only because of rent prices. It's also because the rules and the laws, the way they're made, because unless you want to live on beans and rice all the damn time, you make too much money to get help. So now you got to go figure it out.
And you know something,
it doesn't have to go work and figure it out. What the hell? Them rules just don't make. That's what he's talking about. Shit don't make no sense. We'll help everybody else, but I make too much money because I'm out here busting my ass 40 hours a week trying to make a living, try to stay above ground, and I still can't get no help. I mean, shit.
So the left they're pushing this as the migrant, the human, the empathy. That's what they're pushing. They're not even looking at citizen status. They look at the human aspect of it, and they're getting a good following. They really are.
Don't you think it's fucking ironic for a homeless guy to be screaming at a homeless shelter and say you can't let me in because you have people that are there from another country illegally?
Yes, and I just wanted to
so
add
the
something
citizen, go ahead.
So let's talk about that young man that's got that 40-hour-a-week job. He's probably making $15 an hour. What's that, Dominique? Times 160.
What's
$15 an hour.
What's the tapping?
You can hear that tapping?
Yes.
That's me practicing on my bass pedal.
Oh, I don't know what that is off the top of my head, man.
All right.
40 times 15 is 600. So do 600 times 4. That's like 2,400, I think.
And out of that,
out of the 600 he's making a week, he's probably bringing home like fucking 340.
Because on average, I think they say the tax rate on average is 23.8%. So if you want to say basically you make any kind of money,
340. After
say you make 20%. What's 20%? 1/5 to 600. Divide that by 20, it's like 330. I don't know.
I just told
you. So let's just say
about this. 340. Because let's put into factor that everybody has to pay for insurance, man. Okay, so his insurance.
You got Obamacare.
If you don't have Obamacare, you get a fine. The IRS fines you if you don't have any medical.
Blaze, do you think that moving company that he works for has got a medical program?
They have to.
I mean,
everybody
medical
does.
Insurance?
In Massachusetts, you have to. You have to. The company has to offer you something. And if you don't want to take the company's insurance, then you go on the computer and you start looking for Obamacare. Go ahead, Donald.
Okay, go back to what Demas was saying. Go back to your analogy, Demas. After that 600, dude's making, after he takes out 20% for all insurance, all that shit you just said, he's taking home 480 a week.
Shit.
So
What
that's
he
what he's
makes
got
a
to pay rent
month,
and live.
bro? That's just rent. That is
That
just
is.
rent.
Exactly.
You know what? Clothing, food. And this guy's trying to do. No, wait a minute. He's not trying to do the right thing. He's a fucking American citizen. We should take care of our citizens first before we take care of our friends.
Well, maybe we should put that in when everybody goes to vote. Are you going to take care of America first? Not MAGA bullshit. Not no MAGA bullshit. Let's honestly be about it. Are you going to take care of Americans first? Well, then no, I don't want your ass in office. I don't know, man. But
no.
We can all do that with you.
Oh, they all say we're going to take care of Americans first. They all say that.
Bullshit.
It's a bunch of look. What are you going to do in the situation, though? Right? The guy's certainly outside yelling about it. We all agree he's 100%. So, but what are you going to do? You're going to take migrants out and make them homeless to put him in? It shouldn't be a situation like that at all, gentlemen. I don't think that situation should be.
No, we got plenty of prime landscape in Arizona, New Mexico, shit, even around here, desert. Build up some base camps, start deporting.
Mr. B, you've been quiet.
That's what's going to happen. Oh shit!
Why build any base camps? Just put them on a freaking bus, a truck, a railroad, flat car, whatever, and shove them back over the border. And while they're trying to cross the border, as soon as they cross onto the American side, bring out the freaking gunship and mow them down. Eventually, they'll learn.
Mr. B,
They won't.
Mr. B.
They won't cross the damn border illegal.
It's kind of tough. Scaring the audience out of the fucking room.
Yeah, no, man.
Scaring the audience out of the room, Mr. B. I'm sorry.
Tough shit.
Hey, but no, go back to the investment you say you want to make in the border. That investment physically doesn't have to be in the United States. That investment can be deeper into Mexico, into factories. All that shit China does that we ship seeds to China. How about we build a factory down South America, Central America with another country, get an agreement, and we start doing that shit down south. We save ourselves some money, and we give them a reason. We help different parts of our problem. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's a possible solution.
Back in the 1970s, a lot of our industry did go south of the border. And look where we are now.
Okay, but it was south of the border, but
we can go
take them a way to make money, a way to make them not want to leave their country. You make American companies go down and build it. Everything comes from America. 90% of the money gets spent in America. The physical asset can be down there, south. Think about that. The money revolves and turns in our economy.
Yeah, I would like to add on that.
Go ahead.
And
you're up.
I can go. Is my H official?
You're up.
Okay. So some folks on the left, when you want to invest overseas, i.e. plantations that produce bananas, pineapples, and stuff, the left will just call this a dictatorship move. That we're going into other countries to influence ourselves on what's going on there, and they use case in point is these fruit and vegetable companies, Dole, Chiquita, all these American bought out places in foreign lands, and we catch a lot of heat for that. We really do, and the left is just going to come and say you're trying to be a dictator in another world. And that's all I got on that. And I heard that recently too, and that's why it sprung up on me. Go ahead, Donnie. Breathing fire over there.
That's them far left idiots that it's the same as an example that I got from somebody I talked to today. They got an AD. He wants his hands on all the money. Heaven forbid you go get some donations or something from, a big sports company to help with uniforms. No, he got to have his hand in the cookie jar. Well, I don't know what to tell you about free economy, because if I can find it somewhere else and I can get it cheaper, then guess what? I can save myself money. It's a business. It's a business transaction at some point. You got to understand that.
Business crosses over.
They want to claim this global economy shit. I mean, that's global economy. You gotta barter. You gotta have something going back and forth. Come on, man. Don't start that. You. That's not something that's going to be a permanent solution to a problem that's going to continue to exist. You're never going to get away with it.
I got a question for you.
Know what I'm saying?
So if we did this 10 years ago, that triangle down there, El Salvador, Honduras, and Guatemala, because that's where a lot of this shit is coming from. And I say shit, but people. If we would have done that 10 years, we wouldn't have had a migration problem as we see it in 24.
Maybe not. I don't think you have one as bad if you can give somebody a reason. Because why do migrants really come here? Is a lot of what they talk about. Oh, I'm here for work. I'm here for work. There's no work in my country. I can't survive if I can't work. I'll give you work.
That smoke screen, that is nothing but a smoke screen to get into this beautiful country of ours.
Exactly. But I'm looking at the bigger picture, Demas, of saving money with transportation from China. Everybody wants to get rid of China. Get rid of China. Well, that's another way you can get rid of China. And if I give a government a way to make money, I give you a way to make money, that government's going to fight harder against them so-called cartels and all that shit that are down there. And part of the agreement can be security arrangements. I mean, just saying. You could really black flag this and black market it, but in the end, the bigger picture, you can help yourselves. It's no different when they were hustling cocaine down in Nicaragua and shit like that during the Colombian Wars and all this other shit. Now we do it actually legally.
Mr. B?
Yeah, I wanted to mention that nobody's bought it. 50974-4231. We have a call in. You can call in and speak live. To the people that are watching, please, by all means, pick up your phone. Give us a call. We'd like to hear what you have to say about this situation and about this subject matter. 508-974-4231. Give us a call. Yeah, and by the way, we also have that message there from the Chris Farco person. Says, I just throw my phone across the room because of that screaming and cowbell. Congratulations. Glad to hear it.
Oh, Crispy, you'll be fine, buddy. Just roll you up one, have some medication, take a smoke break, whatever.
Right? We also have a comment about
just fine.
Female running already screwed herself, saying she will want the retirement raised to 70. Which, yeah, that is quite a slap in the face to all of the people who are the advanced years, not senior citizens, but more advanced years that are coming into the retirement age, turn around saying, guess what? No, we're raising the pike, folks. Even though, all the people have been living off of it, we've been taking money and sponging money out of the Social Security retirement benefits and other things. Now we're going to make you suffer and have to work even longer. And of course,
Donald.
That's rolling the dice.
Okay,
so
Donald, let's debunk some of that right now.
Retirement.
The whole retirement to 70. Yeah, that's going to be if you're born after this date. If you're living right now, your retirement age for full retirement or whatever they want to calculate is not 70. It's not going to be the minimum. So you got to remember that. That's their way of trying to fix Social Security and raise taxes to help, because baby boomers and the system's getting drained. Because everybody came back from World War II and had babies. 60s and 70s, we're all on dope and we're having babies. You know what I'm saying?
And don't forget the government pirated Social Security.
They pirate every government program.
And making cool ass cars.
Yeah. But
because the engineers were fired up on mescaline and shit.
Hey man, hey, whatever.
No,
but listen, Divas. That you remember that thing we talked about for treating PTSD, the what they call it, psychedelics that VA's going on.
Yes.
Do their study. That's what the LSD and some of that other shit that's in there. That's what's supposed to help create the happy, creative side of you. So I could see, man, oh boy, frying on some acid, looking at a car and shit. I can see it could happen, man. Come on.
Hey, Crispy Falco sent us another message. So your grandfather into the age to qualify for retirement.
What are you talking about? No. What do you? I don't. Social Security works on work credits, man. You got to work long enough to get Social Security.
Yeah, it's 43.
Yeah, you got to work. It's nothing
Here,
about whether you
anyways, it's
qualify.
43 points.
Yeah,
You do
it's nothing about
you
qualify.
you do 3 years in the army, you get more.
Yeah, but Haley's just looking to get votes for the younger crowd, I think, or I don't know why she would talk about that, but that's a big topic too. Is about ways to salvage Social Security or revamp Social Security on the political trail right now.
I'd like to add something on that, the Social Security whole thing. One, there was never nothing wrong with Social Security. Politicians moved that money from that little piggy account, just like they did with the post office.
With the
Second, I let go ahead, Donnie. Correct me.
The post office, they got screwed when they had to front some money for retirement packages. They weren't doing that before and then they changed, the politicians changed the laws and they had to go front that money. Because remember, the post office has to make money. They don't get tax money from the government.
Roger. But I think a good solution would to be to privatize individuals, just like they're doing in the army now. They don't. The army contributes a little, but it's on the soldier or service member
Hello,
to
caller.
invest in his
You're
account. Where did he go?
I think he's taking a phone call.
Oh, okay.
But you're talking about that with the military and government stuff. That's a blended system or something like that they call it now.
Yes. And I mean, being invested in a private account versus the government, it'll be beneficial for these people in 40 years compared to the pennies we're going to receive.
Yeah, but then somebody would come back and they would debate with you about that's
Gentlemen, we have a
tax.
caller and we have Mr. Chris on the line. Chris, if you would ask your question to the panel.
All right. Grandfathered means that when the law changes, you're still grandfathered into the old law. So
Yes.
Do you mean that if, say, like people right now that are about to collect their Social Security because they're 61, if it changes to 70 tomorrow, that they still collect their Social Security at their grandfathered into the old law and they get collected at 64?
That's why it says if born on or after this date, it falls under this category.
So they're grandfathered in.
If that's how you want to say it, yeah, okay. Same.
It ain't how I want to say it. It's the term. You're grandfathered into the old law. It's the term. You act like you're all fucking intelligent in this shit, but yet you don't ever want to listen to anybody else.
I'm listening to you, Crispy.
The fucking only person that's using your shit is me.
Crispy, I'm listening to you. I'm just having the debate with you. I see it a different way.
Well, an unhappy caller. Oh, well, we can't please everybody. And yes, the term grandfathered in has been around for forever and a day.
We used to use it a lot when I was in the zoning board and planning boards back in where I used to belong to those boards. Grandfathering had the same sort of.
Well, yeah, I've had company like I had like
connotations.
DirecTV for so long, right? So when they started doing this whole new thing, I forget what it was, many years ago, and my rate stood the same because I was grandfathered in. You know what I mean? So that's the way that goes.
Of course, Joe Biden, whenever he sees a little girl, he grandfathers them.
Yeah, into that nature. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be back in approximately like 4 minutes. Okay, the first ad we put up, ladies and gentlemen, has no sound, so it has got nothing to do with you. Hold your water there, Mr. D. And we will be right back after a brief message, everybody.
Well, welcome back, everybody. We're here, the way we see it. Our engineer, Mr. Blazeman, is here. Running up, and Mr. T-Man up there. Don't know where Donald Duck is. Casey, come on up, buddy. Well.
All right.
508-974-4231 is the number to call.
That's it. 508-974-4231. Again, like Mr. B says, is the number to call. Why don't you give us a call? Tell us what's on your mind. Again, at 508-974-4231. Again. I'm waiting for Donald to come back. Give him a couple of more seconds. There he is. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, like we said, we had our first segment about the homeless. It's just crazy, guys. There's no other way to say it. The country is fucked, and it's only fucked by this gentleman. And I agree with his statement as far as how things are going, and I'm very surprised at this video right here. Blaze, for some reason, I almost can't hear you. Oh, all right. Well, let's do that. How about now? No. Right there should be good for you to hear. Anyways, thank you for that. So let's take a listen, and we'll go at it.
The Super Bowl Sunday. If you're anything like me, you like to be surrounded by a snack or two while watching the big game. You know, when buying snacks for the game, you might have noticed one thing. Sports drinks bottles are smaller. A bag of chips has fewer chips, but they're still charging you just as much. And as an ice cream lover, what makes me the most angry is that ice cream cartons have actually shrunk in size, but not in price. I've had enough of what they call shrinkflation. It's a ripoff. Some companies are trying to pull a fast one by shrinking the products little by little and hoping you won't notice. Give me a break. The American public is tired of being played for suckers. I'm calling on companies to put a stop to this. Let's make sure businesses do the right thing now.
Okay, but he is, the dude that's messing everything up. Wouldn't you agree with that, ladies and gentlemen?
Go ahead, B. Go ahead.
I like to get B going because actually there's a little put together here. So go ahead, B.
I broached this subject on my show last week, but this guy is talking about shrinkflation, saying how it annoys him or this and that. Or whatever. He is the cause of it. The man in his failed policies is the cause of it. It's not the individual corporations they're trying to do something to make things as easy on the American consumer as they can by doing it. Of course, it's wrong. It's tricky as hell, sneaky as hell, and it sucks. But it's not their fault. It is the fault of the Biden administration.